Hey everybody, I am currently going to be working on my kayak today. I'm going to be making a much needed upgrade. On these kayaks, they take a beating, and most of the issues come right here at the keel of the kayak. And you can see mine is pretty scratched up right here. Even has a deep gouge right here. So we're going to be making something to cover that up called a keel guard. You can order them pre-made, but they're generally pretty expensive, and you can make them for about the same price, and you can make multiples so you have extras for the same price. It's made out of a material called Kydex, as you can see right here. It's just a thin plastic that's thermoformed, so you can apply heat and mold it. We have a template already cut out to go on mine here. Hopefully it works out. You'll see if it doesn't. And all you need to cut it is one of these razor knives right here. Additionally, you'll need something to prep the surface, so we have some alcohol. We have a cloth to clean with. You need a pencil to trace out your outline, and then some tape to hold it down as you form it. And then you'll need some double-sided tape to stick onto the back to attach it to the kayak, and some marine silicone sealant to seal all the edges so no water gets under there to this tape. Additionally, we found today that we needed some sandpaper to kind of help prep the surface before we clean it with the alcohol. So stay tuned everybody, we're going to get to work on this, see how it goes, and y'all enjoy. Additionally, I left out the most important part. You need a heat gun. I bought this one on Amazon, it was like 15-20 bucks. It heats up, it has two temperatures, shoots heat out the end right here, and it'll heat up the thermoform plastic so that you can mold it. Alright guys, so Dustin's been hard at work. We got the, as you can see, the heat gun has been going on, trying to get it malleable enough to kind of get it positioned to where we can start taping it down to get it to dry in the right position. So we are going to go ahead and get started on that. The prep work we did to the kayak before the camera was turned on is we took some sandpaper and smoothed out some of the rough surface so that the double-sided tape will stick a little bit better. We also put some rubbing alcohol on there and used a cloth to wipe that off. We will likely do that one more time after doing all this just to make sure. Alright guys, so I just got some gloves. This Kydex actually gets pretty hot, so when you're pressing it down to try to form it, probably will help to have some gloves to keep your hands cool. We are about to start forming this thing, getting it where we want. I think next.
We'll finish this, heat the bottom part of this up so you can form it better.
Let's get these like that, get them in place, and then we can press that down good.
So just do the other side.
Yeah, other side, same spot.
I'll try to do this wing and
simultaneously.
Yeah.
So what you guys are seeing here is Dustin will heat up the Kydex. He will then hand it to me for me to mold whatever section he heated up to the shape of the kayak itself. I'm pressing it tightly to the hull to make sure that it lines up perfectly.
Well, how do this?
Yeah, I saw it start to melt the edges just slightly. I was like, it's probably ready.
Definitely invest in some good heat resistant gloves when you do this, because these are not heat resistant, and I definitely feel that. And y'all excuse the hoodie that I have on. I've had it since I was 15 years old, so you know I still got my 15-year-old body.
No, he doesn't.
Actually, my body's better than it was at 15. On the next one, heat up this joint right here. But try to do it on this side, try not to get these, and then I'll use it to press that joint in.
You think that's what it needs?
I do. I think that's the first thing, and then we need to do this to form it right.
Okay.
Because otherwise, once this is heated up, it's not going to really do a whole lot because this is still stiff.
Yeah.
Alright.
We'll go ahead and try it. Starting to get a little shiny. Is it hot?
Siliconing this joint right here is going to be key, keeping water out from under it.
Is that hot?
It's hot.
I dare you to touch this.
Nah, I'm good, bro.
I dare you.
I'm good, bro.
Double dog.
I said I'm good.
Double dog dare you.
I'm gonna keep that in the video. Alright guys, so as you can see, it's starting to form pretty well. It's molded pretty close to the kayak right there. The backside still has to be molded. A couple of spots that are raised a little bit we got to smooth out. But you just kind of mold it down to the kayak, get it exactly where you want it, and then after a while you'll start taping it down and getting it in place while it sets. Alright, so that's, need to hit each of these sides and press them in a little bit. We're going to tape across this bend here, and then once we get every piece on, let it dry, tape, and then take it off to put the tape on, the double-sided tape. Alright guys, what we're doing right now is taping it in place as we form it so that these don't shift as we form here. You can see there's a slight gap right here at the front of the keel, so we don't want that to shift as we melt this or soften this to push this down. So that's why we're doing it that way. So it's a very tedious process, but it's actually going quicker than I expected. This actually isn't going to take us all day like I expected it to. We do have 2 kayaks to do because we are also doing his. That should be good.
Check it.
Yep, pliable. Yeah, I don't think it's going to raise it up so much that it don't sit flush.
Alright, check it.
Oh yeah. Ooh, what a tip.
Get it pushed down.
Yeah.
Alright, check it.
Oh yeah. It's getting pliable.
There. I think we're good now. This side is. I think that's alright.
Alright guys, so this is where we're at. We pretty much got it completely formed. We put this tape on there to hold it in place while it completely cools down. We got it nice and smooth against it. It's going to protect the nose right here. It's also going to protect this far back and kind of raise it up off anything that it scrapes against to help protect the back here as well. Once this is done, we'll go ahead and apply the 3M tape and let that set before we put the silicone sealant. Alright guys, so just removed the double-sided tape, or sorry, the duct tape here from the keel guard. It looks pretty good. It's form fit to the kayak. This is going to fit nicely right there. It looks like it's going to hold very nicely. Here in just a minute we are going to apply the double-sided tape and let that sit for a minute, and then we will go ahead and silicone it. I'm going to prep this surface one more time since we've been working on it, just to make sure it's nice and clean so this double-sided tape will stick very well. 70% isopropyl alcohol and a microfiber towel. You just completely wipe that on the surface, try to get all the grime, dirt, any particulates. And you just want to get anywhere you're going to have tape. Alright guys, so you also want to prep the inside of the keel guard itself. Make sure that it's completely clean. We did polish these edges a little bit with a Dremel tool, so we want to make sure all of the particulates and pieces of plastic from that are out of there. But you just give it a good wipe down with that alcohol and that should do it. Alright guys, so we have the keel guard ready to go on. As you can see, we've applied 3M double-sided tape. 3 strips on this side. I guess you can call that 3 strips on that side. Had a couple of squares to hold those side pieces on, one down the middle. Made sure to get this one extended up into the crest here so that it will sit on there very well. And it's pretty much ready to go on. We will peel the back side of this tape off. And then once we do that, it should go nicely on here. And then we will silicone the outside with that 3M sealant that I showed you, the marine grade sealant. So y'all stay tuned. We're about to go ahead and peel this tape, get this on here, and then we'll show you what it looks like after that. All right, guys, so we got the 3M tape backing removed. We are about to apply it. We're going to apply it simultaneously. He's going to hold one side, I'm going to hold the other, and we'll hold it for about 30 seconds or so, let it kind of set for a minute before we let go. Let it get on there real good, and then we'll come back around and seal it.
That sounds right.
I'm excited to have a keel guard. I get home and it's gone.
It blows off on the way.
I think it's good for you to let go. I don't think it's not going anywhere.
It's going on pretty smooth, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty smooth. Alright, I think that's gonna do her. Come look and see if you see any gaps. Ah, never mind, I see one right here.
This side looks good.
Yeah, I see a straight up hole right there. There we go. Now it's not.
Right there.
Same spot as on the other side.
That little crack is where you measure it.
All right, guys, so we got the silicone on there. It's not the prettiest in the world, but I think it's sealed. Once it dries, I can smooth it out, but I just want to make sure that there's absolutely no holes in this thing, so I got it caked on there pretty good. So that's it, guys. We heated it up. We used the heat gun to soften the Kydex. The Kydex was kind of made a stencil, and just I used paper to kind of figure out what shape it needed to be to properly protect it. It actually worked out pretty well. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of it. I'm sure you did if you have a kayak, especially if you have a Hobie Pro Angler 14. This particular one might actually work with the 12 too. I'm not sure if the keel is shaped differently at all. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Again, I'm a new channel trying to build it up, so I'd appreciate any engagement, comments, likes, anything you can do. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good day.